echoes of the unseen. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. Marcel Proust. Lucius had always known that reality was pliable, but since his encounter with the architect of waking dreams, he began to sense the echoes of other worlds lingering in the periphery of his consciousness. The Chrysalis had done more than just alter his mind. It had attuned him to the subtle frequencies of existence that most people ignored. As he walked through the bustling streets of the city, everything felt like a hologram, layered over a deep truth. The faces of strangers flickered with hidden lives, alternate timelines, and forgotten futures. Buildings pulsed with the heartbeat of stories waiting to be told. Every sound, a car horn, a distant conversation, the rustle of leaves, was a symphony of hidden meanings. But it was more than just a heightened awareness. Lucius could feel the strands of reality winding around him, waiting for him to pull, to twist, to reshape. He understood now that reality was like a vast web, and he was beginning to learn how to weave his own threads into that fabric. He entered a small, dimly lit cafe on a quiet street, the kind of place where people sought refuge from the chaos of life, sipping their coffee in contemplative silence. Lucius had never been here before, yet it felt familiar, like a memory from a dream. He ordered a cup of coffee and sat by the window watching the world move outside. As he sipped the dark brew, he felt the subtle pull of something unseen, a presence, an echo. Across the cafe, a woman sat alone, staring into the void as if searching for something just beyond the veil of perception. She seemed lost, but not in the way that people were usually lost in thought. It was deeper, as if she were caught between worlds, caught in a dream she couldn't wake from. Lucius could feel it, the same energy that had enveloped him during his journey with the Chrysalis. He watched her, and in the silence between them, something stirred. The cafe around them faded into the background, and they were left suspended in a moment that stretched beyond time. She looked up, meeting his gaze with eyes that held lifetimes of pain and wonder. Without words, Lucius knew she had seen the architect too. She had walked the same path, touched the same infinite, and now carried that weight in her soul. "Have you seen it?" she asked, quietly, her voice barely a whisper, as if speaking too loudly would shatter the fragile moment. Lucius nodded. "I've seen it, and it changed everything." She smiled a sad, knowing smile. "It always does. But it's not always easy, is it? To carry the echoes of something so vast in a world so small." Lucius understood. The world of ordinary life felt cramped, restrictive, like trying to fit the ocean into a teacup. The chrysalis had opened a door, and now there was no going back to the way things were. He was forever changed, and so was the reality he inhabited. "There are more of us," she said, her gaze drifting back to the window. "People who have touched the other side, people who are trying to make sense of it all." "Where do I find them?" Lucius asked, feeling a spark of hope in the midst of the vast unknown. She glanced at him, her eyes piercing through the layers of his being. "You don't find them, Lucius. You create them. Every time you see the world with new eyes, every time you choose a dream over despair, you bring others along with you." Lucius sat in silence, letting her words sink in. He had been searching for answers, for guidance, for some kind of map to navigate the new terrain of his existence. But maybe that was the wrong approach. Maybe he wasn't meant to follow someone else's path. Maybe he was meant to blaze his own trail, and in doing so, light the way for others. The woman stood up, leaving her untouched coffee on the table. She turned to him one last time, her expression softer now, more at peace. "Remember, Lucius, we are the echoes of the unseen. We shape the world with every thought, every action. Don't be afraid to dream big. Reality will follow." And with that, she walked out of the cafe, disappearing into the flow of the city. Lucius watched her go, feeling the weight of her words settle in his chest. The architect had shown him the potential within dreams, but now it was up to him to build something from it, to create a reality where the echoes of the unseen could become tangible, where dreams could take form and reshape the world. He finished his coffee and left the cafe, stepping back into the streets that now felt both familiar and alien. Every step was a choice, every moment a chance to create, and with each choice the world around him shifted, responding to the dreamer he was becoming. Lucius smiled to himself. The journey had only just begun.